Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, so you've been looking into getting ready for tax season in 2025. We're going to break down the key dates and options, basically looking at what you've been searching for. Our aim here is just to give you that clear picture, without making it too overwhelming.
Exactly. And we saw lots of questions about the crucial deadlines. Things like, when are taxes actually due next year? What's the absolute last day you can file? And what's the deal with extensions if you need more time?
Right.
Plus, people are looking into ways to sort of make it easier. Payment plans, maybe, free filing resources, that kind of thing.
All right, let's dive right into that big one.
Yeah.
When is tax day in 2025? People want that specific date.
Yeah, they do. And for federal income taxes, the standard deadline, well, it's April 15th.
April 15th, okay.
So that's really the date to circle on the calendar.
Got it. And that April 15th date, that probably answers a lot of those searches, like last day to file taxes and taxes due 2025, right?
Absolutely, that's the benchmark. Now, one thing to remember, sometimes, if the 15th falls on a weekend, or maybe a holiday, It can shift. It might move a day or two. But, as things stand now, you should probably plan for April 15th.
Okay, makes sense. Now, what if someone realizes, April 15th is coming up really fast, and, well, they're just not going to make it? We saw tons of searches for how to file a tax extension, file for tax extension. What's involved there?
Right. Getting an extension is actually pretty common. It's not unusual. You typically need to submit a form. It's Form 4868 usually.
Form 4868.
Yeah. And you can often do this online, like through the IRS website itself, or maybe using tax software. Lots of options. But here's the really crucial part, the thing everyone needs to remember.
Okay.
An extension gives you more time to file the paperwork. Get the forms in. It does not give you extra time to pay any taxes you might owe.
Okay. That's a critical distinction then. More time for the forms, but the money's still due around the original deadline. We also noticed searches for heirs payment plans. So what if paying by April 15th is, well, just not possible? What then?
Yeah, if paying on time is going to be a struggle, the IRS does have options. These IRS payment plans you mentioned, they can definitely help you manage what you owe over time. It's almost always better to file on time, even if you can't pay right away, and then set up a plan.
Right. Better than just ignoring it.
Much better. Because ignoring it leads to, well, the less pleasant side.
Which brings us to those other searches, like what happens if I miss the tax deadline and penalty for filing taxes late. What are the consequences?
Missing the filing deadline, yeah, that can bring on penalties. And interest, too. The penalty for filing late is usually calculated as a percentage of the unpaid taxes you owe. And it can, add up for each month or part of a month your return is late. There's a maximum, but still, it's definitely something you want to try and avoid.
Makes sense. So people were also looking into different ways to actually get their taxes filed. We saw names like H&R Block, TurboTax, Jackson Hewitt popping up, alongside free tax filing and file taxes free.
Yeah.
Seems like folks are weighing their options.
Absolutely. And there are lots of ways to do it, using tax software like those names mentioned, or, going to a tax professional. And there are free filing options, too, if you meet certain income requirements, usually.
Where do you find those?
The IRS website is actually a good starting point. They have a free file program. It can guide you to providers.
Okay.
And just to directly answer some searches, can I file taxes on April 15? Yes, absolutely. That's the goal. And can I file taxes after April 15? Well, yes, you can. But like we just said, that might involve those penalties if you owe money and didn't get an extension.
Right. Okay. We also spotted a specific one. California tax extension. Are state taxes a whole different ballgame?
They can be, yes. State rules, deadlines, extensions, they don't always match the federal ones. So if you're in California, or any state really, you need to check specifically with your state's tax agency. For California, that's the Franchise Tax Board.
Good tip. Don't assume it's the same.
Exactly.
Okay, and finally, some people got really specific. What time are taxes due? And even what time are taxes due on April 15? Is there like a midnight cutoff?
Yeah, down to the minute. For electronic filing, it's generally considered on time as long as it's transmitted before midnight in your own time zone on April 15.
Your local time zone, okay.
Right. Now, if you're old school and mailing a paper return, it typically needs to be postmarked by April 15th.
Postmarked.
Yeah. But honestly, to be safe, just aim to get everything done and submitted well before the very last minute. Avoid the stress.
Good advice. So let's quickly recap. April 15th is the main federal target for 2025.
Correct.
If you need more time for the paperwork, file for an extension using Form 4868 usually. But remember, critically, That's just more time to file, not more time to pay.
A crucial point.
Missing deadlines. That can mean penalties and interest, so try to plan ahead.
Absolutely.
And explore those different filing methods, software professionals, free options, and payment plans if you need them.
Exactly right. It's all about finding what works for your situation. And, maybe a final thought. Since you're already looking into all these deadlines and options now, quite early, really, maybe think about how getting all your tax documents, like your receipts and statements, organized even earlier in the year, say right after New Year's, how that could make this whole process feel even simpler and less rushed next time around.